everyone! Today I'd like to show you most of my digital art pieces that I've drawn throughout the past year. To be honest with you, this year was a little rough for me, and I think I've been hearing that same sentiment from quite a few other people too. Like, I haven't heard one person say to me, "Wow, 2025 has been such a good year." It's mostly just been kind of shit, but with shit comes experiences, I guess. So I feel like I learned a lot, not just when it comes to art, but also just in terms of general life stuff, I guess. But anyways, let's take a look at my first piece of the year from all the way back in late January. With this piece, I really feel like I started to hone in on my style a lot more, but there's very little post-processing going on, and overall it's lacking compared to my later works, I think. But at the same time, maybe it's sort of on par with what I can produce now. I don't know. Honestly, it's really hard to tell. Can someone tell me, in your opinion, have I regressed, improved, or stayed stagnant? I haven't done a ton of art studies, which I'm really slacking on. I really need to get down doing that. If I actually want to improve, I should probably do that more if I want to see actual improvement. But I also selfishly just hope that drawing more every day will result in better work. There's probably a certain point where I actually need to draw 100 hands or whatever. But that did not happen as much as it probably should have. Anyway, this is a Rotten Girl Miku from the new song that came out this year, I think it was, but not really her because her outfit is different, and I don't know why I didn't just commit to drawing this official design. There's definitely something wrong with her leg here, and but at least her face and her hair looks fairly cute. My next piece in January was this Fortnite Miku piece, because I think she had recently come out, and I also started playing Fortnite for the first time ever because of this drop, and I really love her outfit. It's super cute. With this piece, I still like the combination of colors I used here. I don't normally use so many bright contrasting colors here, but I think it all blends really well. But the one thing that irks me when I revisit this piece is her face. It's somehow not cute enough to me. I think I drew her mouth a little too thin, and it's hard to see her expression, especially from far away or on a small print, like a sticker. An attempt was made with her gun, but it still looks like a 6th grader drew it. I turned this one into a glitter sticker up on my shop that I actually managed to open this year, which has been fun. Honestly, it's cost me a lot of money, and I'm not seeing a bunch of profit or anything, but it has been a life goal for me to open my own shop, so I'm glad that I started that this year. My first piece in February was this adorable sumomo that I redrew from an old doodle I made in my sketchbook. Although it's simple, this one is still one of my favorites, and one of the only few pieces of sumomo fan art on the internet, I think. Do you also have any super niche characters that you're into but you can never find any fan art for? That's me with Sumomo from Keroro Gunso. So I just decided to make my own merch of her. The next piece I drew was this Alice from Goddess of Victory Nikke, which is a game I don't actually play myself. However, I really like Alice's design, so I tried drawing her and I like how it came out. It's pretty cute. I balanced the different shades of pink pretty well. Maybe it could be more balanced, to be honest, so I can see the line art better, but her anatomy looks very proportionate and cute to me, and I also impressed myself by successfully drawing a bodysuit with latex textures, which I didn't know I could do. Next, I drew this full piece of Nikki and Momo from Infinity Nikki, which I enjoyed for a brief period of time this year until, it imploded due to corporate greed and general gacha weirdness. Seriously, that was a massive explosion this year. First in popularity, but then also in how much it took a turn for the worse. And honestly, when Infinity Nikki came out, I was thinking wow, this has a lot of potential, and there's a lot of cute fashion items, and it's a really fun fashion game experience, and maybe I'll be into this for a while, but then it just decided to like completely shit itself with all these bugs and glitches, and it became unplayable for a lot of players, and the gacha kept getting more and more expensive, and it was just so crazy. So I'm still motivated to like make my own fashion game and stuff instead of just relying on these like big ass companies and stuff. Like, I know the companies would make like much more beautiful artwork and clothing items objectively, but at the same time it'll be riddled with company isms, so I think going the indie route is still worth it. Anyways, to get back to this drawing, this one looks a little wonky to me now, but I still like the 2000s anime style I tried to go for, and I think Momo looks cute in Nikki's arms. The final two drawings I made in February were these Toho characters, Reimu and her cool girlfriend Marisa. I'm fairly happy with these. The glow effect I put on them really makes them pop, though they're solid illustrations already. I started to experiment with editing and post-processing at this point a lot more. These were also turned into keychains and stickers. To kick off March, I decided to do a silly challenge where I drew something in Animal Jam, which if you've ever tried to draw something on Animal Jam's limited drawing feature, you'll know how much of a nightmare this was. I just chose to doodle Hatsune Miku because she's a comfortable character for me to draw at any time, pretty much under any circumstance. So it looks a little strange, but we did what we could. A few days later, I completed this Chibi Infinity Nikki illustration. This one looks okay, but looking at it now, maybe the perspective is a bit off, and I probably wouldn't draw my eyes like this again. I remember working really hard on the shading and the details of this one though. I just turned it into a little sticker and didn't do much more with it, and I think Momo looks a little weird in this. Next, I decided to give Reimu and Marisa a friend, so I drew Sakuya in the same style I used to draw the other two Toho characters, and I think she looks alright. My final piece in March was this Soul Eater print of Maka based off of the style ending. It was enjoyable to use this like soft color palette, but looking back now, I'm not a fan of this piece. I kind of had a vision with Maka's pose here, but it's honestly so awkward and it didn't deliver. Also, her head looks too sharp, like her curves on her cheek are too sharp to be cute in my opinion. In early April, I drew two cute magical girl designs, one Madoka from Madoka Magica and one Ichigo from Tokyo Mew Mew. I specifically made these to turn into keychains and stickers, and I think they turned out pretty good. I was able to sell a few of them, and they still hold up today in my opinion. I wanted to make a Cardcaptor Sakura one to pair with these, but I never got around to it. May was a more productive month for me. First, I drew this really cute Nana design to make into keychains and stickers. This was the only keychain design that sold out in my shop so far, and I think that shows just how cute it is. I like that I captured a scene of these two girlfriends in their candid day-to-day. It makes it more appealing, I think. Next, I drew the sprite for my ukagaka, aka a ghost, for my personal website, which I also made this year. I tried to draw it in this cute classic ukagaka moe style, and I really like how it turned out. Honestly, it's cute. It's fun to talk to her whenever I revisit my website's homepage. In mid-May, I drew this waitress Tsumugi from K-On! This one actually blew up a little on TikTok despite its low resolution. I started drawing things in a lower resolution to make it easier to get a sketch down and not feel too bad about it not being perfect right away. This is a strategy I still use today, but I make the line art high resolution now and leave the sketch a lower resolution. Just when I'm trying to like get the general idea of a piece down and it doesn't take me like 2 hours to do a sketch anymore. A day later, I redrew this crayon sketch of Dokuro-chan that I had in one of my old sketchbooks. I tried to give it a more official moe look with the super thin line art. I like this one a little. I don't normally draw spooky stuff, so it was a fun change for me. The next week, I drew this original character. Her roller skating pose is based off of this Supersonico figure. Although this one is another that is sadly low quality, I really like this one still. Her outfit, hairstyle and expression and all of the colors are so cute. In late May, my last piece was another original drawing. This time I actually drew a scene with different elements in the background. It's a little rushed and not the best because I wanted to get this done kind of quickly for like an art challenge I was trying to do, but the soft pastel color palette is nice. I only drew one piece in June, but it had 2 versions. I was getting really excited for the upcoming release of Silent Hill F, which is now released, so I drew this Hinako in her original school uniform and the pink bunny version. I don't super love the background or her pose in this. I don't super love this piece in general. She looks a bit flat and awkward, and it's not really what I like envisioned in my head. Also, the background isn't like as dynamic or cool as I imagined it would be. Like initially I was gonna try to do something kind of like the box art with her on like the spooky stairs and stuff, and I tried it and I just realized that I couldn't. So yeah. July was dedicated entirely to Art Fright, where I tried to draw a full piece every single day. So this month was likely my most productive, but I already have 4 other videos recapping all of the artwork I made for it on my channel, so if you made it this far, go ahead and check those out too if you want. In August, I started to get really addicted to Uma Musume, so to kickstart this month, I drew a bust of Super Creek, who I really started to like because she's a very calming and sweet character. Unfortunately, I really didn't do her justice. I thought I was kind of cooking, but she looks too weird in this for me to look back at it fondly. Maybe it's mostly like her eyes and other facial features that I put into a weird position or something. I don't know. I just don't like this one. I must have hit some kind of weird art block in August because for the rest of it, I just drew like a couple half-assed doodles. The first was this one of Smart Falcon when she came out on Uma Musume, and it's like not even finished and very scribbly. And the next was this Konata, which looks slightly better, I think. When September rolled around, I really started missing fall and the spooky season, so I drew this like witchy Luca. It's a module from Project Diva. I think the drawing is alright, but she still looks flat perspective-wise. So I'm noticing that that's kind of like a recurring trend for me, and I really should try to like focus and hone in on that problem next year. On September 9th, the racehorse Haru Urara passed away, so as a tribute I drew this piece. I like it enough. Drawing with the different shades of pink is always nice. In mid-October I drew this doodle of Marin from Dress Up Darling since I was watching the 2nd season. I think it's fairly cute, and that's about all I have to say about this one. Then, a day later, I drew one of my most successful pieces of the year. I tried to draw Kagami from Lucky Star cosplaying as Sakura Miku, just because I thought it'd be cute. I low-key nailed it. I maybe even nailed it a little too hard because some of the TikTok comments were convinced this was AI, so I had to re-upload a couple different speed paints to prove that it wasn't. The times we're living in are certainly rough, aren't they? Anyways, I was really happy with how this one turned out. It's very cute and pink, and it's just my style. In November, I mostly just worked on a personal project that I'm not quite ready to share with you guys yet. Almost though. Also, it was a rough month for me, so I just don't have anything to show you guys here. December was an even rougher month for me. Honestly, one of the worst months of my life, so I didn't draw anything until Christmas. First, I drew this illustration of Kurimanju. It's supposed to be like a parody of a Loteria card called El Borracho. I'm thinking of handing these out for free at my first ever art market that I signed up for. It's supposed to happen this year in May. My final piece of the year was of Nami from One Piece, an anime I only watched a few episodes of when I was a kid, but am now revisiting as an adult. I managed to make it farther this time in the anime. I'm on around episode 60-ish, and I really enjoyed what I've seen so far. I was pretty rusty coming into this piece, so I felt a little self-conscious, but I managed to draw a nice background scene, and there's somewhat like of a setting here that I'm proud of creating. Also, I think the rest of her doesn't look too bad either. Well, that was all of the miscellaneous digital artwork I created in 2025. Here's hoping 2026 will be a better year. I'm going to have a table for the first time ever at a local Comic-Con, and I'm hoping to make significant progress on that special project that I keep talking about. And I hope to see more general improvement in my artwork as well once again. And I hope all of you have a very creative and fulfilling 2026. Keep on drawing. You will always be better than AI, and I will be happy to see what you make this year as well. Thank you all so much for watching. Have a cozy New Year's, and remember it's okay to take breaks. Bye!